The wise men know well enough the monsters that you make of them. But I have heard of your paintings too. God gives you a face, yet you paint yourself another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, and then make your ignorance their wantonness. Paraphrasing, of course, from Hamlet. I'll leave it to my audience to go look up that particular scene. But I think people are starting to wake up en masse now. It was probably a year, maybe two ago, when I started making videos talking about how America needed these immigrants. While, of course, they were painting every single immigrant that came to America as some felon criminal who was just waiting around a street corner to do something awful to somebody. The reality was this: our country wouldn't be what it is right now without them. And the President of the United States running on the exact opposite platform, meaning painting himself one face. Now we see the other. How many of you saw it? How many of you saw him say, what was it, yesterday? He came out and said, look, we need these people. We're going to let the farmers who illegally hired the illegals vouch for them and let them stay. He basically just de facto reinstated slavery. Because now these people will be under the control of the farmers they work for. 100%. See, this is more than just bombing Iran after running on a platform against the whole concept of it. I wish I had a dime for every person who came to my channel talking about John McCain. Now, Donald Trump actually having done exactly what he demonized John McCain for saying we should have done 15 years ago. But so it continues. God gives you one face, and you paint yourself another. I think it's very apropos, but God bless everyone. I always want to be thankful, before we get too far into any video that we do, to everyone who's joined us, Florida Maquis Patreon channel, people who have stepped up and said we need to continue to have truth regardless of what the censors say. There are people right now, July 4th, looking forward to a night of relaxation and sharing and good times with family. Go do that. Go be blessed. Jesus came that we might have life and have it more abundantly. Go be blessed. Go enjoy the kids when they have the awe of seeing the fireworks and the hot dogs and the swimming and the beach and all that. You know, we're supposed to be blessed. We're supposed to be happy. But we're also supposed to not be ignorant. And that's what this video is about. It's about not being ignorant. The stories continue. I don't even probably have to use one more picture than this. The whole Department of Government Efficiency that lasted all of 5 seconds. Completely disbanded now. Having totally and utterly failed in its mission. None of its recommendations making it into the big, beautiful bill, so to speak. And now what do we have? What do we have right here in Florida? We have a massive military-run forced labor camp. Because the president has now said it. And he said it even in the context of, well, the far right's not going to like this, but they're going to have to just adapt to the fact that we're going to allow these people to stay here, to work in food service, to work in hospitality, to work on the farms, and we're not going to do a dang thing to deport them because we need them. We need them at forced labor, and now they can be paid virtually anything or not paid at all. Because what are they going to do if the farmer or the hotel owner or whoever is vouching for them? And those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, people thought this was going to be the case. These huge MAGA SWAT forces going out and rounding people up by the millions in mass deportations. Speaking in Iowa at Real Donald Trump says farmers should be able to vouch for undocumented ag workers so they can get exemptions and avoid deportations. We've got to work with the farmers. You see, he knows harvest is coming. Only a few months away now. We got to work with the farmers. Says he knows right wing won't be happy with it, But you know what? Not much you can do about it now, huh? Not much you can do about it. You know who he owes a big apology to? This is going way back. Way back. Heather Nauert. See, this was his original press secretary. And then she was a spokesperson for the State Department. And then she got promoted at the State Department and was kind of moving up the chain. And then she had to step away quietly because she had an undocumented nanny for her kids. Well, shouldn't Fox News have just been able to vouch for the nanny? A lot of people forgot about that. And folks, this whole idea of no kings, I cannot think of a time in my life, or I don't think anybody can think of any time in anybody else's life, when every single subject of life revolved around one man's opinion of it. See, before we had the revolution in this country, there was parliament of sorts. We had groups of men that got together and passed laws and ordinances, but everything had to be given its assent by the king of England at that time. The king had to assent to it, meaning he had to sign the paper. He had to say, okay, I see this, I see your point, okay, we're going to go do this. Didn't matter how many people voted for it, voted against it, it was up to the king. Oh, wait, please tell me how that is any different than what we have right now. Everything is on this guy's shoulders, and we've put it there. We have more of a king now than we had then. We're going to talk about this over at Patreon. Oh, by the way, those of you wanting to join us over at Patreon, God bless all of you. Wanted to just give you the details on this. Those of you that are unaware, there's 4 levels over there, 2, 5, 10, and 15 a month. The next video we're going to be doing is talking about the things that the U.S. government does under President Trump, under any other president as well, that the King of England would have never dreamed of. It was beyond his sense of nobility to do such a thing. Taxes, the way we deal with them now, would be one of them. He would have never dreamed of taxing the way that we do, even with the big, beautiful tax cut. Oh, and by the way, Medicaid still for harming children. Medicaid money still for deciding that we can choose our gender. It is unreal, and I would be remiss in not saying thank you, posthumously, of course, to King Louis, who came to our aid at the behest of George Washington to defeat the British. You know, another king. You see, the colonies had, the tongue of the colonist hath issued a promissory note that the hindquarters of the colonist could not make good upon. I'll let you translate that. Probably have to play that back, but it's a common term. You see, the 4th of July and Christmas is all, that's fine for kids. You know, let them enjoy and let them be innocent and let them just marvel at the tree and let them, marvel at the fireworks. But the Bible also says when I was a child, I thought and spake as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So you have to put away childish things. And this particular celebration that we have right now, in the face of the current political situation we're in, is a little bit disingenuous. I mean, we got a man that had no problem with statues of gold being rolled out ahead of his appearance at places. But now what do we see? The double-mindedness. Massive tariffs. Oh, maybe no tariffs. Maybe China's only tariffs. Yeah, maybe we'll deport everybody. Mass deportations or, well, no, not this group of people now. Oh, and we're also not going to go after the employers. And Oh, we can't be getting involved in all these wars. We'd never bomb Iran. But bombing Iran would be the worst thing you could ever do. Start a world war. Cost so many. Anybody who wants to bomb Iran is voting for more dead servicemen. 6 months in, what are we doing? Well, we're going to bomb Iran. We're going to send. It's insanity. Florida Monkey, why can't you just come together why can't we just be together on unity with the insane is a death sentence? Chanel Rion. I wish I could find this particular editorial that she did over on OAN. It was absolutely spectacular. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I'll look for it. But man, it was really great. I screenshotted the main line. Unity with the insane is a death sentence. And also over at... Oh, did we lose it? We lose it. We lost it. Okay, we'll click that out. We have another story that we're going to talk about at the Patreon channel about something that's going on in America that is very strange, very odd, that's being swept under the rug. But love to have you over there. Fully refundable first 90 days, no questions asked. Dozens and dozens of videos going back years and years, talking about all sorts of different things. Remember the big health push? Getting rid of red D&C number 5 or whatever, and getting rid of all these things that are bad for Americans, just like Michelle Obama wanted to do. Don't you find that odd? If they sit here and eat McDonald's and drink Coca-Colas and drink Diet Coke and then preach to the American people about how they're all these things out there are contaminating our food, and the real reason you're fat is not that you're eating too much, is that it's what's happening to your body when you eat this stuff and all that. It's just beyond my ability to not make a video about it, to watch people just accept it. And I haven't done this in a while, but this is a very short chapter, Malachi, in the book of Bible, in the King James Version. And I just wanted to finish off by reading this, because I think people will, in the coming days, start to see that we are very much in the last days, and what's coming is going to be judgment for our looking away from righteousness and looking to evil and just saying, well, you can't have a country without evil. You can't have borders without evil. Malachi 3, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, said the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in former years. And I will come near to you in judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, the pharmacists, and against the adulterers, the race mixers, and against false swearers, those, of course, who lie, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages. Oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. That's an interesting thing to include here. Those that oppress the hireling in his wages. You see, this was a test. This was a test of whether we would choose the Trump way of doing things, the evil way, or whether we would choose the hard and difficult way of righteousness. The way of righteousness would have said, bring them in. Bring them in and welcome them in. Yes, there's of course going to be criminal elements. In any group of people this size, there would be. Bring them in. Turn not away the stranger. Oppress not the immigrant. Treat him as one of your own. All of this is biblical, but this is what America chose. This is what America chose. So I'll leave it there. It's time we start acting like adults and accept the fact that we need to do an about face and do it quickly, or it will be the end. God bless. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time.